Welcome to Northwest Sessions on KZLX, LP Maryville, and KNWT Channel 8. I'm your host, Mary Grace Rice, and I'm here with Jordan Phillips. Stage name is Gold Dmnd. So Jordan, you are an EDM artist.
Yes, that is correct.
So there's like subgenres of like EDM. Like what would you describe your particular style of EDM music like?
They call it future bass. I like to just call it bass music. Essentially, there's dubstep, and then I like to call it cry step, which would be Illenium, but he's pretty hard now, so I don't know. But yeah, essentially just future bass, combining like melodies, like really drawn out ones with heavy bass music.
Mm-hmm. So how long have you been making music now?
I believe now like 4 years. Ever since it was like my junior year in high school. And I played around with GarageBand a little bit, and I decided, I really want to get into this EDM scene, so I kind of just made some stuff, played around with it, and then kind of just decided to like put it on full force. So I went to Johnson County Community College for a little bit, and I completed the little certificate they give you. I mean, it's whatever, but yeah, that was a recording arts program. But yeah, so about, I guess, like 3 to 4 years.
Mm-hmm. So like that's how you'd say you got your start, was just like you already had a passion for it and you were just like messing around in GarageBand and you're like, hey, like I could do something with this.
Yeah, I really liked the EDM group Odessa, and then also like Keys and Crates, and obviously like 2012, Nero had a song called Promises and Skrillex remixed it, and that's what got me into EDM. But yeah, for sure.
That's sweet. So you said Odessa, and I also know that you're influenced by people like Illenium as well. Mm-hmm. So why are those like your biggest influences, and like who else like has influenced your music style and stuff like that?
I would believe like certain artists like that influenced me because I know like Illenium had a drug problem, and he wrote a song like a couple months ago called Take You Down. And but before I knew all that, though, I really just liked his like just kind of his melodies, and like he has like a lot of female singers on his songs that like really fit into his sound design. So I think like with that, it's really cool to the ear. Like other songs like well, I'm not gonna name any artists, but like there's some other songs that I've heard that are just like I wouldn't want to listen to that every day, but Illenium I could. But no, he had a problem with drug use, and then he wrote that song, and like I saw him a couple weeks ago, so when he like played that song, I don't know, I'm not even gonna lie, I cried. It's just I don't know, with his songs he has emotional melodies and bass lines, so it's the music that you can actually feel instead of just something that you just listen to.
Yeah, you're just listening to.
Yeah.
So that's like where you want to take your music. You want to take it to a place where someone's actually feeling it.
Yeah, most definitely. I said from the start to my mom actually that I don't really care if I even, become big. I just want at least a couple people to hear my music and be affected by it, because I think that's like the ultimate goal is, not for the fame or the money, and that's cliche, but at the same time.
Well, we have to take a short break, but we'll be back in a little bit with more great music, so stay tuned.
Get it. Come on. We are closing in. Slaughter them. This is getting embarrassing. Town, they're gonna get worse. Come on. Get it.
Welcome back to Northwest Sessions. Before we went on break, we're talking about a little bit about what concert experiences Jordan has had, but you also have performed live as well, right?
Yes.
Can you tell me about those experiences, what that's been like?
Yeah. So I played my first actual like appearance to anyone knowing that I was a DJ was at a house party actually, and that was pretty cool. Except it got shut down.
Wow, why?
Okay, so I was like the third artist to play, and I was 10 minutes into my set, and I'm not even gonna lie, I turned the speakers up a little bit louder than everyone else had them, just because I don't know, I can feel it better. And I was actually on my monitor speakers that we had there. They were set up, and there was quite a few people there. But yeah, I think that's what happened. And then outside, like it was a small parking lot, and it was just a road pretty much. So like all these cars were parked like on these neighbors' like houses, and the cops came. There's like I don't even know.
It was too much of a
And then,
rager.
yeah, and so what's funny is that was all my stuff. So I packed up, took me like 5 minutes to pack up like everything, which honestly, it was a mixer, 2 big speakers, a bunch of cords, and like my power strip that I had and like a bunch of other stuff. And we packed it up, and then they were like, oh, no, it's okay. So we put it back up again, and then the cops came like downstairs, and then I packed it up and we left.
Wow.
But yeah, that was pretty fun. But besides that, my first like actual debut to any like venue was at a festival called Ranch Fest, and that was pretty fun. There was a lot of people there. I wouldn't say like there was a lot of people watching my set, but I mean at the same time it was a good experience. Good way to get out like the first time you've ever performed nerves, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, like honestly that was like another defining moment for me. Like I don't know, I just had a lot of reaction to my live mix too as well, so
that's
pretty
awesome
cool.
when you can get that live reaction.
Yeah, for sure.
So like what's your favorite part about performing live?
I would say just the energy that the crowd has, depending on like how many people are there at the venue, but like being able to show someone your view on music through a mix is pretty cool, like live. Obviously, like not everyone's gonna be entertained because some people like other different genres, but if you as a DJ can make a crowd move or feel the music between genres, or even like with one genre someone may like or may hate, then like I consider that pretty good DJing.
Yeah, you've done your job.
Yeah.
So is this something that you do mostly part-time, or is your music more of a full-time thing, or?
I try to make it full-time, but I'm pretty local, so it gets to where like I need a job, obviously.
Right.
But in the future, I would like to make it where every day, like, okay, what track am I working on? What mix am I working on? What am I going to do this? Am I going to play a show? But everyone can hope for that. But at the same time, if it never gets to that, I'll always make music. But right now, yes, it's like, it's kind of back and forth. Like right. 1 week I'll be heavy, like won't work on anything else, barely make it to my job, and stuff like that, because I'm just so in tune with what I'm doing at home. And then other weeks won't touch the laptop for like a couple weeks.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Well, we got to take another quick break. You guys stay tuned. We'll be back with more great music. Welcome back to Northwest Sessions. Before we were talking a little bit about your music making process. How long does it usually take you to, from start to finish, just like complete one song, or does it vary a lot?
Oh yeah, it definitely varies. I would say for the normal kind of area that I could tell you, probably be like 2 to 3 weeks, maybe not even that. That's like long. I've made a song in a day and made it sound good, but it's kind of like I don't like releasing stuff just boom right after another. That's like saturating your audience. I don't think that's cool. I know Russ does that, but I don't like Russ that much. But yeah, so it's kind of like if I would take a song and then have it ready and then not release it for like 6 more months, because I've found like if I've released a song 2 months like increments, then like it gets a lot more plays, because everyone's like, oh, that last song was good, I can't wait till he drops another one. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of like builds up the audience.
Yeah,
a little
that's
bit.
smart. Yeah. Do you think it's difficult to like make your music sound different from other people in your in the like EDM music scene?
Oh yeah, most definitely. I've got compared to Marshmello before.
Wow.
That's not like compared, but like because
Right.
he's way up there. But like one of my songs, so apparently someone said it sounded like Marshmello. And I mean that's cool, but it's just not like, I don't know. I like having my own sound.
Your unique sound.
Yeah.
Like where people put on your song and they're like, this doesn't sound like Marshmallow, this sounds like Gold Diamond.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I think like only a true person that like really has an interest for that music would be able to tell you that. Like, oh, this sounds like, like this, but there's a difference to it, It may have a similarity to an artist, but at the same time, if it's not any different than you do, that's just copying.
Right.
It's copying someone's style.
Yeah. Why do you make music? What keeps you going and continue to make new songs and stuff like that?
I think just based on like, I don't know, just I've actually never really thought about that. Every time I do it, I just have fun. And every show I've been to, I just get goosebumps, either when I walk in or while I'm there, or when I hear a song live that I've never heard live before, like from a big sound system. It just kind of like blows you away.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the main reason is just because I've always liked music. Like my dad and I listened to music together for a long time, mostly 80s rock, but as you can see.
Heck yeah, the Rolling Stones. Represent.
I mean, they were all over. They weren't just 80s, but like, I don't know. I just think I've always had a passion for music, and I don't think I'll ever stop. So I think that's what drives me when it comes to making more content and wanting to make more content, I guess, if you could say that.
Yeah, I feel like when you're making music, like especially starting out, you must like go through like a lot of like struggles and stuff. Like what type of struggles do you have going through music? How have you like overcome that? And like what advice would you give to somebody who's wanting to be like an EDM producer or something like that?
I think the main struggles are just like making your song sound good on a system or on all platforms. Like let's say I have this tune that I'm making and it sounds really good in my car, but sounds really crappy on this little speaker I have. Like that's where I want to be, like being able to have a song sound good on all platforms, like all like car, shoot. You could go like just, like I said, little like speakers like that, through your headphones too. But yeah, no, I would definitely like say that's one of my biggest struggles, or just being able to like find the time to make music, because I'm so busy. And I think that kind of hinders it, but at the same time, you just kind of like, if you want it, you got to go do it. You got to make time.
Right.
So my biggest advice would probably be, just never stop. Like no matter what, if you can just hop on a program or like hop on something you can make music on, just never stop and you'll see yourself get better. That's what I did. I mean, up until like a year and a half of my music making, I didn't go to school, and then I went to school and I learned a lot more, and I'm glad I did. But at the same time, I mean, I self-taught myself for a long time. So I guess it just comes with being able to just sit down and really like learn everything or learn something new every time you make a song, or like essentially just try to bring everything that you know now forward and then
Right.
keep stacking
Just
on.
keep growing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Just keep grinding.
Yeah. Well, that's all we have for today. This has been Northwest Sessions on KZLX LP Maryville and KNWT Channel 8. Thanks to our video and our crew led by our producer, Craig Richard. I'm Mary Grace Rice, and thank you guys for tuning in.